Hello, Minus. Have you ever tried Hazard 5 and felt like you were in an active war zone? Being in a constant state of terror and mental anguish? Well, that's what I'm here for. Hopefully in this video I'll be able to teach you exactly how to survive Hazard 5 and reap its insane rewards. So, to start off, what really is the difference between Hazard 4 and 5? Well, one of the lesser known but very deadly differences is enemy projectile speed. Bacteria can more or less snipe you to death, and so can acid and web spitters. There's also higher enemy movement speed, damage, and higher damage resistance. What you should expect from Hazard 5 is not a lot more bugs, just very scary versions of them. They're lightning fast and can easily eat you alive if you're not careful. I'll start off with the more straightforward missions. The first one being Hazard 5 Egg Hunt.
Try rescuing me. Very well. Oh no.
In Hazard 5 Egg Hunt, the only kind of builds I wouldn't use are bad area damage builds, like the Hyper Propellant, or really just any kind of weak point damaging boss build. Rather, you're better off using a wide array of extremely immoral pest control methods. The most tame setup for Egg Hunt involves using fire damage and slowdown. Good old volatile impact reactor with a neural lasso, turret arc, or really anything else you can use to keep the bugs in the magma for longer with. The most eco-unfriendly method would be to irradiate the situation. Fat Boy with turret arc has the potential to be the laziest, yet most lethal approach to Egg Hunt. I recently had an all-engineer mission where we maximized the turret arc in Egg Hunt, and it was fucking glorious. Just look at us go, dishing out gamma radiation left and right.
Fuck you, that's why.
Enough showing off. Time to show you how to use these builds in Egg Hunt.
She's gonna blow. Nice.
The bug barbecue setup is simple, but takes practice. Timing, and well-coordinated movement. When you start, explore a bit and orient yourself with the choke points. A vertically tight choke point is usually the way to go. This is to ensure that the bugs don't just walk over the turret arc and will save you ammo.
What the fuck, bro? It's like almost too much, really.
Crack.
Yeah, it's just crack.
This is an example of a bad turret arc choke point. It's too vertical. There's only one exit point that's accessible without doing hardcore platform parkour. And generally speaking, it's just a place of death, so avoid this at all costs. The actual killing itself is pretty straightforward. In case of a swarm, wait a little bit, and then go to your choke point. Make sure they're all together, activate the turret arc, or throw lure, or do both, and toast the fuck out of them, right after you electrocute them. The nuke setup is more or less the same, but requires you to train the swarm even more, and you should do this in an open cave, or choke point that has multiple exits, or else you're gonna irradiate yourself. Little side note, these builds and the way you use them can apply to any kind of mission. They just work well in these missions specifically because of their high area damage potential. Moving on to the most traumatizing mission of them all. Point extraction.
No!
No!
Oh.
You're right there!
Oh.
You're right there! You're right there!
Ah.
Run, dang nabbit!
Point extraction is the kind of mission that progressively gets more mentally damaging the longer you're there. Then add warnings like lithophage, shield disruption, rival presence, maximum mission length and complexity, and you have a mission that will take away what little innocence you had left. That's what I'm here for. Hazard 5 point extraction, your real enemy is time. 15 minutes into a point extraction mission, the waves will intensify. You should use your platform gun as much as you can to maximize efficiency, and try to focus on the objective even if the entire cave's biomass is hungry and hot on your dwarven ass. In point extraction, any kind of build goes, but I'll go over 3 distinct build types that are effective. Firstly, you have the movement-based builds, the electric shard, and the RJ250 cycle overload. The electric shard is a versatile, easy-to-learn setup that can be used as follows. First, get the swarm together. Mag dump your EM refire on them, and immediately switch to your shard to finish them off. And as you can clearly see, movement is key here. I constantly spam my speed boost, I bunny hop, I climb, I do whatever I can to keep my distance from the swarm. That's about it, it's not that hard. The RJ250 build is arguably the best for point extraction, due to it turning you into a scout that's way more fun to play, and you have a platform gun. What more could you want? Secondly, there's the tight choke point builds. I already discussed the bug barbecue earlier. It's also great for this mission, as it's quite common for point extraction to have very narrow choke points that are honestly quite amazing for clearing swarms with relative ease. And lastly, open choke point builds. Specifically for point extraction, I chose the bug disintegrator build. You have the EM discharge paired together with the plascrete overclock, and it makes for an extremely satisfying build for point extraction. It's a semi-defensive build. You should use it in wide choke points to make sure you can hit the turret, and keep moving around a lot, leading the swarm around the turret, and then hitting it with the plascrete. You can also make a specialized platform construct that I came up with. It's a pathway that splits into a 2-way spiral ring that you can use to defend yourself with against swarms. Do keep in mind that despite this setup requiring little to no aiming skill, you will have to learn how to activate plascrete explosions while moving, correctly positioning at sentries, platforms, and properly time your EM discharge shots. But once you've got that figured out, it's time to get blasting away. Do you ever wish salvage operations would go smoother? Are you tired of having to use powerful weaponry? Mentally exhausting yourself by using your skill? Yeah, right? Screw putting in effort. We engineers deserve to be efficiently lazy.
I am heavy weapons guy. This is my weapon.
Well, first of all, you gotta use the EM discharge or turret arc and add either radiation, spinning death, magma, or exploding platforms into the mix when it's time to uplink. Second of all, team killing is a sin. Take special care when using nukes, for example. They're very helpful in salvage, but don't forget about the radiation. Because come on, you gotta ask yourself, would you like it if your balls turned into rotten gunk seeds? No, right? Good.
It's the radiation room.
Because nobody wants to deal with that reckless, antisocial, and thermonuclear behavior of yours. That said, this applies just as well to the plascrete catalyst. And last of all, the kinds of bunkers you can make, ranging from spacious, cramped, and borderline schizophrenic. A spacious bunker usually involves building a roof with arches, but it is the most costly to make. It works best with either one side closed for turret arc with nukes, two very tight openings for a double EM discharge setup, and best of all, a tight hole for turret arc or EM discharge with plascrete or spinning death. Then there's cramped bunkers, a solution to bad terrain at the uplink or fuel cells. You either dig or add onto something. A driller would be very useful for this. Best primary here is the turret arc, since EM discharge is much better for open spaces. And in terms of secondaries, just use everything but the nuke. And last but not least, the schizo bunker. This is a bunker that requires either unnecessary amounts of time and effort, or more than one engineer, and a lot of nitra. Sadly though, I'm gonna save the schizo bunkers for another video. Anyways, that's all I have to say for now. As promised, here are all the builds that were mentioned in this video. The Electric Shard, the RJ250 Cycle Overload, the Thermonuclear Engineer, the Bug Barbecue, and my favorite, the Bug Disintegrator. Special thanks to all my dwarves in the Discord server. You guys are awesome. If you wish to join, the link will be in the description. I spent almost 2 months working on this video, and aside from an unstable living situation, my love for editing cost me time that I would otherwise have spent on working more. That, and it costing me my sanity. Because I was overworking myself. That's why I'm opening a Patreon account for those who wish to support my efforts, and you'll get exclusive sneak peeks and content as a reward. Other than that, until the day that I become too big, hanging out with me in the Discord will remain free of charge.
They're breaching! They're breaching!
Oh my god. Go, go, go.
Get
Wait, I
in!
want to just take one more screenshot. Just one more, alright?
Oh, hold on, one more screenshot.
Okay, okay. Now we're going.
No, no! God, no!
Oh no! 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 No!
Wake
We
up!
gotta go. Go, go. No!
No!
No! Wait, he's still with us. He's still. Yes! He's still with us! Yes!
I'm in!
As always, I hope you enjoyed this video and learned lots. I put way more effort into it than I should have, but it was damn worth it. Good luck out there, and rock and stone.